Mommy, remember how Daisy was as a child? Happy Mother's Day week. This week I want to talk about something that's really close to my heart, and it's on how we raise our children. And many times we hold our children to a high standard. We expect so much from them. Don't gossip. Don't beat your friends. Don't do this. But are we holding ourselves to the same standard? And that's the conversation I want us to have. So since we are getting ready to celebrate Mother's Day on Sunday, I just want to appreciate my mom. One of the things that my mom has done for us is she has shown us that no room is too big for us to get in. Like, she has opened those doors for us. She will see something happening maybe by the first lady, and she knows that my children deserve to be in that room. My children can be in that room. My mom does not think there's anything we cannot do. And that is something that I am so grateful to God for. She has given us the strength to take up spaces, to occupy spaces, and not be afraid to fill them up. And my mom, through marriage, has, you know how people monsterize mothers-in-law. I like to call her my mother-in-law, and she has showed us that her heart is not too small just for her 4 sons. No, she has showed us that her heart is ready for 4 more daughters, for 4 daughters, and she has taken me on as her child, and she shows that in every way. Like, when I'm at our other parents on my husband's side, I feel like a child in there. It feels like they have known me all my life. And sometimes they make jokes, like if Hanela right now has just learned how to walk. So as soon as she gets comfortable in the place, she will walk. She's not going to sit down. She's going to walk the entire time. So they'll ask questions like, Mommy, remember how Daisy was as a child? It's so funny, but it's so sweet. It's so sweet to see how I have been embraced in that family. And I know that it goes a long way for my mom in love, because she loves her 4 children, her biological children, so much, and she has opened up her heart for a 5th and a 6th. And I love you, Mom. So I have a number of friends, not so many, but so many acquaintances. And along the way, I have found that people are afraid to have tough conversations. People are afraid to have those uncomfortable conversations. You know, the conversations where you're calling out somebody, but not in a confrontational and negative way, but you're calling them out to hold them to account and to also hear their side of the story. And I feel like this has been lessened in our generation. Like, many times we sit with things, we sit with grievances, we sit with hurts, and we don't actually express them to the person that has aggrieved us, to the person that is annoying us. And I feel like we need to raise our children better, because when we do that, it breeds resentment. It leads us to pretend. It leads us to pretend with our friendships. You're smiling with someone, but you know that they have hurt you in one way or the other. You're smiling with someone, but behind their back, you're talking about them. Oh, this person did this, this, and this. And I feel like we need to raise our children better. Otherwise, we're doing more of the same. I remember when I was younger, and maybe someone has come to visit my mom, and we are escorting them, and they probably didn't come driving. So would keep walking, like walk the journey with my mom, and then they would stop and chat a bit. And I remember thinking in my head, I want to do that. Like, I want to be that person that just stops and talks to their friends and continue chatting. But you see, our children do a copy and paste. What they see is what they do. Monkey see, monkey do. So if you're sitting in the living room and chatting on the phone with another friend talking about somebody else, your children are seeing it. Your children are seeing that it's okay to backbite somebody else. It's okay to talk negatively about somebody else to another person. And those are the children that we're raising. And I feel like we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. We are parents, we've been given a clean slate of a child, and we are imprinting on them. The things that we teach them now are the things that they're going to carry on. Are we raising bullies? Are we raising children that are going to talk behind their friends' backs? Are we raising children that are okay having those negative conversations? Or are we raising confident children who are not afraid to be honest? This video is going to get you thinking. Is your child able to, when you look at your child, yes, they might be young. I have a 3-year-old, that's my eldest child. But look at them and ask yourselves, will this person hold people to account? Will this person not be afraid? Like, are they a confident child? Are they a confident child who will say, no, I didn't do that, and because of this, this, and this? Or when I did this, this is what I meant. A child who is not afraid to apologize. A child who knows that they're not above error. Are those the kind of children that we are raising? Because you find adults who will fight tooth and nail to make sure that they are not the ones that are in the wrong. You find an adult who cannot apologize. Are those the children that we are raising today? Ask yourself, look at your babies. They might be young, 4, 5, 3, whatever. Look at them and ask yourself, have I raised this child to be honest? You find a child, you ask them, did you drink soda? Like, no, I didn't drink soda. The evidence is right there. Their tongue is probably orange or purple, and you let that slide. But what you've taught that child is, I can lie. I can get away with it. It's a small thing, but that is going to make them more confident to tell even bigger lies. And then I want to ask us, are we actually parenting our children? I'm recording this on 3rd May, and throughout April we went through a TV detox period, and there was no screen time for our son or our daughter. Anyway, she's 1, and I feel like that period has allowed us to really see our son's temperament. It has allowed us to really see his personality. And it has also brought us to a place where we question, are we really parenting our child? Or are we just getting through the days with him? Are we actually teaching him valuable lessons that he can carry on in life? Or are we just pacifying him with a screen? And this is a question that I want to pose to you. Are you actually parenting your child? Or you're just letting them make it through the day? Leaving the screen on there, as long as they're not disturbing, they're not screaming, they're not throwing tantrums, all is well and giddy with the world. But your child is just consuming a lot of screen time, and you're not actually taking the time to impart skills on them. And something that I've learned, many times we think that these lessons are too grown up for the children. For example, you go to a supermarket, the child will see you pick up stuff. You go to the till, pick out money or your card, pay, and that's it. But you've not taken the time to explain this to your child. But your child is going with you to the supermarket every other day. Why don't we impart those skills on them? Do you know that a 4-year-old can know the value of money? This is also, I'm also speaking to myself, because I realized we went to the supermarket about 2 months ago with Liam, and he just wanted to pick a lollipop. But it's then that it hit me. We haven't actually explained to him that we actually have to lose something to gain what he wants. We have to pick from our pockets to get that lollipop. And that's when we explain to him, like, you know what, you have to give the lady at the till this amount of money to have that lollipop. You can't just pick it and eat it. So are we taking the time to actually parent our children? You're sitting at the table having dinner with your kids. Are you taking the time to teach them table manners? The simplest things, table manners and etiquette. The simplest things, when a guest comes, you welcome them. You greet them. If the seats are done, you get up for them and allow them to have their seat. Just the simple things, guys. And then that will determine what kind of human being you are actually raising. Someone who respects people, someone who is honest, and someone who is not afraid to have tough conversations. My friends are sometimes are on the fence about this, but I feel like when we pretend to be okay with everything that people around you have done, you're just living a life of pretense. Nothing is changing. You're not having impact. You're just going with the flow. But we have to normalize having these hard and honest conversations. That's how friendships grow. That's how we should raise our children. That's how relationships grow. Even relationships with your spouses. Have the tough conversations. It's possible to have a tough conversation in a respectful way. It's possible to have a tough conversation and still respect the person that you've had it with. It's possible to have a tough conversation and still maintain the friendship and still maintain the relationship. And that's my message for you this Mother's Day. Are you raising your children the way you want them to be as adults? Are you modeling that kind of behavior for them? Or are you telling them to do something and you are doing the complete opposite? Because our words will speak one thing, but our actions are the complete lesson. Let me know in the comments below, what things have you seen with our generation or the generations past that you do not want to see with our children's generation? Let's speak them out, because sometimes we don't even know that these things are not okay and these things just have to stop. Let me know in the comments, what are those things that we shouldn't teach our children? What are those things that our children should not repeat? Let me know in the comments. That's it from me. This is Daisy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You are doing so great. I'm a mother of 2 with another on the way. And let me tell you, the energy to be a mom, it takes the grace of God. Happy Mother's Day.